2018 has been quite a year for gaming. There have been some pretty big releases this year, some of which have had some major hype behind them. Unfortunately, the gaming industry has also seen its fair share of shit this year. Some of it the yearly usual that's expected in the modern era, and a lot of it increasingly scummy business practices and more. So I'm gonna highlight over some of the shit that's happened this year. We'll start off with Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Call of Duty has always managed to have some of the scummiest business practices with every yearly release. They already cancelled the campaign this year, and they went down the hop on the bandwagon route with their Battle Royale mode, Blackout. But I've heard and seen that it's not as bad as everyone thought it would be. But that's not the issue, the biggest issue here at least. The game released with no microtransactions, probably to course higher reviews, but it launched feeling a bit grindy, with it taking a long time to progress. Then not long after the launch, they finally added the standard COD points that have been around since Advanced Warfare. But it came with even more scummy purchase options. When you pay for things, you have to progress through black market tiers to unlock them, or pay even more to have what you purchased immediately available. They make you pay for an in-game item on a fish hook for them to hold above you to jump at until you either burn yourself out or hand them more cash. Another thing that happened this year was DLC for DLC. Earlier in the year, The Sims 4 released a My First Pet stuff pack for Sims 4, but it wasn't for the base game. It was for the one DLC pack that's been a part of every Sims game ever released, the Cats and Dogs expansion. You know, the one that EA is too greedy to leave in to newer entries, so they take the previous entry, remove the content, and then resell it in the next game. Yeah, that one. And now for also the most infamous one this year, the Fallout 76 shitstorm. The game that we all know is an unstable Fallout 4 multiplayer mod, which there's no denying that's basically that, might just be the highlight of all shitstorms in gaming this year. From the moment the beta hit, it's been an absolute mess. A terrible launcher for the game, an unplayable game with just bugs left and right, player speed being based on frames per second, thus leading to hackers, $200 for a bundle that promised high quality bags and instead gave people dollar store quality looking bags. It's just been Bethesda repeatedly shooting themselves in the foot with a full auto this year. In response to the bag drama, Bethesda gave people only $5 in microtransaction money. After further pressure, they finally decided to make things right in 4 to 6 months. That's right, those people that purchased overpriced bundles will finally get what was actually advertised to them later in 2019. Bethesda has spent the last quarter of this year kicking more and more dirt onto their previously highly held reputation. BlizzCon Diablo Immortal. If not for all the Fallout 76 drama day after day, week after week, this would probably be in the spotlight right now. After holding a convention aimed at PC players, Blizzard revealed a new Diablo game, for mobile only. It was met with plenty of booing from the crowd, and the infamous
Hey, just was wondering, is this an out-of-season April Fool's joke?
Nintendo Switch Online launched with bad reception. After the over a year-long period of having free online for Nintendo Switch, Nintendo finally launched their online service for $20 a year. But it did nothing but give players a slap to the face. The only thing you got besides what you already previously had was a mediocre selection of NES games, topped off with the fact that Nintendo still stands stubborn with a no refund policy, which has already caused plenty of trouble for people, some with accidental purchases that can't be undone. Telltale shutdown. Telltale shut down a few months ago, laying off and leaving many people jobless without compensation. This happened before The Walking Dead final season was even complete, which put them in a tight situation as they eventually tried to round up the same people they fired to complete it, to no success. Eventually the game was passed off to Skybound Entertainment, who will be finishing the game. This one is quite recent and is still getting worse and worse as of this video. Soldier Boy released his own consoles at expensive prices. He says They're the Soulja Boy consoles, but they are basically Chinese Android consoles that he was too lazy to even put his name on the physical console. There's both the console version and then the handheld version, which are both shitty. They include a bunch of illegally obtained Nintendo ROMs that he did not get licenses to distribute, and when confronted on Twitter, he puts on a show by pulling the race card because he's being called out for his criminal behavior, insulting customers, and having an overinflated ego. All likely because he knows he's been irrelevant for over a decade now. So hopefully Nintendo will end up suing him and he'll end up serving some long, well-deserved prison time. Some other quick mentions that I'm not going to go into too deep detail are IGN's now ex-editor Philip Mewson's plagiarism of a Dead Cells review, the absolute failure of Battlefield 5, which I'm glad for it because it was just a white male-hating SJW playground. You've seen some of the early PC footage. EA continues to be a shitty company, which is nothing new there. I mean, they already have multiple spots in this video. Donald Dumbass Trump attacking video games alongside every other idiot politician who constantly blames everything on video games while not knowing what they're talking about. And lastly, the Walmart gaming PC sucking. It hasn't been all that bad though. I mean, it's been pretty fucking terrible, but at least some good has come out of this year. Alright, cue some royalty-free happy music. Starting off on the positive side, PlayStation made a step in the right direction towards cross-platform play after Microsoft and Nintendo continuously jabbed at them. Fortnite was finally made cross-platform across all platforms, so hopefully that means more games will follow suit. Red Dead Redemption 2 launched with massive success. There was a lot of drama over the 100-hour work weeks, but the game at least still received critical acclaim. Unfortunately, the recently released multiplayer side of things isn't the same case, because it's being rotted away with all of the greedy traits that modern games are known to have. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate received a massively hyped reveal, riding the hype train all the way to its recent release earlier this month. Some other good Switch games released earlier this year too, including Kirby Star Allies, Mario Tennis Aces, Octopath Traveler, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and a plethora of exclusive indie games and a fair share of third-party support. Resident Evil 2 Remake was revealed at E3, much to the pleasure of fans like myself who have been waiting years for it. Their wait won't be much longer as the game is set to launch this January, with a timed playable demo leaked to release on Xbox a couple weeks before the game launch. Marvel's Spider-Man released on the PS4 and became an instant hit. It became a further hit this Black Friday when they offered a 1TB PS4 Slim bundle with a physical copy of Spider-Man for only $200, which I ended up getting. While the Xbox deal was crap, at least they sent everyone on Xbox Live a free $5 gift card code, so I guess they did something right. PlayStation users also got God of War, which even ended up winning Game of the Year. Xbox is currently prepping for one hell of a 9th generation, having learned from past mistakes by now, which looks like they actually have a pretty good shot of retaking the spot of top dog this next generation. Meanwhile, Xbox Game Pass continues to deliver high-quality games, offering Xbox One exclusives the moment they release. And despite not having a lot of exclusives lately, they still do have a pretty good selection of exclusives available to play right now, alongside new games that are constantly being added throughout the month. It's been an even better deal with how Microsoft has been constantly offering discounts on monthly plans and 6-month plans throughout the past month, such as like 50% off here and there, and how you can even get it for free with Microsoft Rewards points like I do, which I would like to mention they're having a sweepstakes right now for the prize of a lifetime Game Pass membership, in case you were interested. Meanwhile, PlayStation caught on to the success of Xbox's downloadable Game Pass library and made all of their PS4 games with the PS Now library available to download to your PS4 along with the standard option of streaming. I tried it out with a trial and it really improves the service, but Xbox still holds a higher value with a $10 a month price compared to Sony's $20 a month, with Xbox also offering a 14-day trial for Game Pass, while Sony only offers a 7-day trial for PlayStation Now. This one's a personal choice of mine, but Payday 2, the game that's been kicking it strong since 2013, finally had its conclusion to the story a few months ago, wrapping things up there. So 2018 has been a pretty bumpy ride for gaming, with more bumps being added even right now as the year's still not quite over yet. But there have been at least still some good that's come out of this year. Now I know that 2019 isn't going to be any different. There's still going to be a whole bunch of gaming controversies. The industry is going to continue to be scummy, and politicians are going to continue to be dumbasses. But I'm hoping that at least there will be enough good news to lighten that load enough to where it can be considered a good year. Anyways, that's pretty much my wrap up for 2018. So I'm hoping that 2019 will be a better year, at least in the drama department, but there's no telling with how things are still continuing to go even right now at the time of this video. So this is Warsarcy on the Game Clips channel, and I'm out.